Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. While people are joining this podcast or live cast, whatever you wish to call it, there is a question that I can answer here. So, what is the root of chronic illness, of disease, of suffering? They all have an essential root. And that basically boils down to forgetting who we really are. That we're believing these mental stories, that we're believing the diagnosis, we're believing, the stories outside of ourselves. If this makes no sense to you because you're completely identified with thoughts, then just realize your consciousness, you're the one that sees through the eyes. All those changing bodies you had throughout your life, there's something that has not changed, and that's the one who sees, the one who listens, that consciousness. So the root of this chronic illness is just forgetting who you are, this deeper essence of spirit, of soul, and getting lost into the diagnosis, the mental stories, somebody outside of yourself potentially. That's what we just really, how do we find this relief then from chronic illness? It all begins by remembering, yes, this is the body I have. Yes, this is the mind I have. But it's remembering that deeper essence within you. Like when I heard that voice say, perfect spirit, I knew that's it. I'm not this damaged body and mind. I am spirit. And then I had a knowing that all is well and all sense of fear about my health was simply gone. Because I was aligning up to who I really was, and it wasn't focused on healing. That's the biggest aspect for me, was not to focus on healing. That doesn't mean ignoring the body, because you got to acknowledge that the body is in discomfort, that something needs to be changed. And if you don't pay attention to the body, it will fall apart. But we don't want to obsess about the body. It's really about learning not to obsess about the body. I see the pain, I see the discomfort. How can I move this forward? How can I change this situation? We change the situation by taking a new path, a new course. The mind does not like change. The mind's always protesting against change, because the mind wants to keep you comfortable, wants to keep you safe. But we can see that there's a new way, and a new way will scare you. It may cause some concern that this can't be right, it can't be this easy, and all these kind of stories that we have about our illness. And we don't need to identify with that. Not seeing anyone else joining here yet today, but this is only the second time I'm doing this, and the group is growing. So hopefully you're joining the Relief from Chronic Illness group, because this is where I come live every Friday for those questions that you have and for those challenges. Because we're always facing challenges. But our primary focus, regardless of the challenge, the primary focus is to be present, to be here in this moment, to realize your spirit is happy, content, at ease. Like chronic illness, you're not at ease, you're really in a state of chaos. At least I was, and my chaos showed up as stress, as overwhelm, as all these issues. So to get rid of disease is come back to ease, come back to spirit, come back to this feeling good. And feeling good is a challenge at times, but we just want to be, our predominant state is to be feeling good. Because life happens all the time, and there's things that are going to throw you off course, but then you will readjust and come back into course. Like I saw somebody going into a train platform yesterday. Onto my left, as I was coming in, that was the uptown train, uptown platform on the other side. And I saw all these fire department personnel, all these people on the platform. Then I looked down a little more, or the train was going down further, so I saw more of the platform. And I saw a person laying there in very bad condition. He's fine, he'll be fine, I read, but it just takes you out of that feeling good, of enjoying this moment when you're seeing somebody in discomfort and pain. But we need to come back into this moment, because that's where all the power is back into this moment. Then once I got off that train, I sent this person a prayer wrapped in divine love and wished him well. And then we go about our day. But we don't get hung up on how bad things are. We want to see, we want to acknowledge, send love into the situation, send peace in the situation. And then you can turn things around. All right, let's see where Spirit wants to talk about. And if you're watching this in my group, you can come here for Fridays for these Spirit messages, if you will. A little bonus coverage, if you will, because I give soul messages on Monday with Lori. But here's a chance for members of this group, Relief from Chronic Illness, to get a message specific to their challenges, their issues, whatever it may be. Let's see what Spirit wants me to talk about here today. So I have some time. And let's take a look here what Spirit wants to talk about today. Okay, let's see what Spirit is talking about today. Talking about fear, the dreams, and the promise. This is a great message. All right, we always have this promise to ourselves, this big dream that I'm going to go create this income, I'm going to have this house, this vacation, all these big dreams that we have, but they don't come to be. Why is this? It's because of fear, it's because of doubt, it's because of head trash. All of our dreams can become true. The only thing between you and your dreams is these mental blocks, these mental stories that are taking you out of feeling good, of enjoying this moment. Because we have to have those intentions, and to give fuel to those intentions is feeling good, feeling excited, being happy with life. And if something knocks you off course, you get back onto course as quickly as possible, of feeling good, of enjoying life, to stay in the flow of life. When we're not in this moment, we're not in the flow of life, we're in the story. And the story is usually filled with lots of doubts, lots of fears, lots of things that do not support us. And how do we get out of fear? By learning to be here in this moment. That your spirit, your soul is always here in this moment. The mind is elsewhere. The mind is the time traveler. So we just need to be here. And that might be easier said than done, if you will. Like that train accident. I just couldn't bring myself right back to this moment. I had to take some time and get myself back into this. This reminder of the fragility of life. That all of us at one point in our life going to face pain, of trauma. And the way we overcome that is learning presence. Like, where are your feet? Where are your hands? Where are you sitting? And just doing these simple practices. That was basically my 5-minute practice, was learning to be here. And I had no expectations of healing this body. I just knew that meditation brings inner peace. Or you can say that being here in this moment brings peace. Because if you're fully here, you're not in the mental story. The mental story is filled with a lot of chaos, a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm. You're not at peace. So peace comes from the present moment. And being at peace is aligned with who you really are. And from there, all things become possible. And let's see if there's, no one else has jumped in here today, but like I said, it's the only second week I'm doing this, and the group is growing. And so I encourage you to join the group. We're doing a healing event here in November. So if you like my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, so we get more people aware of this information that I'm sharing. And maybe you'll find it beneficial for yourself, for others that you know, because when you watch it, you like it, you subscribe, it tells YouTube that this is good, it's worthy, it deserves attention. So let's take a look at one more reading here, and let's see what Spirit wants to say. No idea, let's just take a look, and we'll end it with this last one. Okay, the companion card. the foresight, and the protection. Perfect. The companion is always here with us. That's our soul, our spirit. That is the companion. It's always here in this moment. It's always with you because it is you. That you don't have spirit, you don't have soul. You are spirit, you are soul. You're the continuous companion. But the mind has this place of separation, of duality, where it's you and spirit are separate, you and soul are separate, or my spirit, my soul. No, it's one soul, one spirit. And we're all in this ocean of consciousness. Different streams, different drops, if you will, of the ocean, but still accounting for the one ocean. And then with the foresight card is that you see things coming ahead. You see things, like, and your mind's like, oh, how do I prepare for this? Or your mind starts getting into panic, into fear. That's usually the worst case. Mind sees something coming. It flips into panic, concern, playing the what if game. But spirit's like, it's okay. We got this. And that's the protection card, that it's safe to trust yourself. We're usually taught to distrust ourselves. But spirit is always reminding us, trust yourself, because it's connected to all that is. It knows the way forward. It's not guessing. The mind is always guessing the way forward. And this is not helpful. It's causing a lot of resistance, a lot of difficulties, a lot of dis-ease, discomfort within the body. But we have to let all that go and just be here in this moment of practicing being here in this moment. All right, I think that's it for today. I'll be live again next Friday in the Relief from Chronic Illness group. That's in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And every day I do have new videos in the group. I have a healing event coming up in November. And I'm always accessible as well. I'm always checking that group and see if there's any comments, any questions. Because I lived in all this pain and suffering. You don't need to do that. You don't need to live that path. You can find a different way. All right, well, take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon.